Happy Halloween. This is Girly Keto's dad, Dave. Gina and Brian and Amelia are coming over for dinner tonight, so I thought I'd make something a little fun. This is a pork tenderloin we bought at Costco a couple days ago. It is $10.19 for 4 tenderloins. There's a 2-pack, and there's 2 in each pack. And it actually had a rebate of a couple bucks off at the register, so it was very inexpensive. It's priced at $1.59 a pound, so we end up paying like $1.49 a pound. When they come out, they're trimmed mostly, but you'll see that there's this thing called silver skin on it, and you'll find this on any large muscle, even in pork a lot. Also, if you see in like a beef roast, and when you serve this to someone, and if they get that piece, it's really chewy and distasteful, and so the good chefs will take a paring knife like this. Actually, a smaller one would be fine, but you kind of want to try to eliminate the silver without taking off a lot of meat. So you basically start a little tear and you just cut it. And it might take you a couple cuts to get it. And you can see it's really stringy and it's fibrous, which explains why you don't want to serve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it away and remove it. And I'm not going to do it all for you guys. I'm just going to show you one cut because it takes a little bit of time. The other is on beef tenderloin. Do the same thing because you paid a lot of money for a really good cut of meat on a beef tenderloin, and then to serve it with that silver skin on it, it's amateur. Sorry. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And once I get this done, and I have some still pictures I took to show you because I did the first one already. Is I'm going to take this piece of meat. And I'm going to butterfly it, just like this. I'll show you. This is not the right knife to use, but I have it, so I'll do it. And I want to avoid cutting through all the way because I'm going to create like a little pocket or a little vessel, if you will, where I can put feta cheese and some spinach. And I'll lay it in there. I'll cut it out a little bit more when I'm ready to go. And I'll lay feta cheese first, spinach on top, and then I'll put it together like a sandwich. And you'll see a picture of it later. Then I'll put it in a meat storage sous vide bag. And we're gonna cook it at 140 degrees for an hour. Now what you could do is you can make a couple of these up, throw them in the freezer, and then if you have people coming over, and I've tied it up, I'll show you how to do that on the next video. But it keeps it all together when it cooks. Little salt and pepper, and it's like gourmet. Hope you enjoy. Trimmed off all the silver skin. And I butterflied them, cutting it right down the middle of it, not going through it, creating a little boat. Now, if you see here, I've got feta cheese and spinach in 2 of these. Now, if you wanted to, you could tie this up like this. It's a little more challenging to do, I think. Or I'm gonna create a little sandwich. And so I'm gonna take this piece and hope for the best here. There we go. Didn't lose too much. I'll put some more back in. And then what I'm gonna do is I have my string here that I use, and I'm going to tie this around in one continuous tie. I'll show you in a minute how to do that, and then that'll be my last video until we serve it. We have effectively got them covered up. I get a piece of twine, and I get about 6 feet, okay? And because my buddies at Wegmans are always giving me a hard time, I haven't lost it, you want it to try to tie it in one piece. Now, if this is too difficult for you, and there's plenty of YouTube videos that show you how to do this, you can just tie them one at a time, but the real chefs like to do this. So you kind of turn it and create a little handle, then you go through it and then get it to where you want it, bring it down. And I let go of it now to show you kind of how easy it is. And once you get it, then you pull it here and you've got another cinch. And then again, you round it about and then you go down and you grab this little bad boy at the end there and bring it up. And then it's pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it. And I'll continue to do this on the rest of it. And once I get it tied, it'll be all nice and pretty, hold it together. And then once we put it in the sous vide bag, it'll hold it together, and we'll show you. We're gonna cook it at 140 degrees for an hour. I got the sous vide kind of waiting to go. And we'll bring it out and we'll brown it up in a cast iron skillet, and it'll be a delicious meal. See you later. Okay, just about an hour in here, we put this at 140 degrees. Now some people would say, oh, 140, pork has to be cooked to 165. Not true. 165 for 1 second, or if you get a duration of over an hour, you can get down to 140, which allows you to cook your pork where it's not like shoe leather. A lot of times you get a pork chop, and for some reason we accept the fact that pork is dry when we like our beef and our chicken moist. So pork should be moist. So here it is. It's all stayed together. It's all tied up. We're going to go over and we're going to drain out the liquid, and then we're going to bring it back and we're going to brown it on the skillet. We hope we won't set off the fire alarm because that's not what happens. And then we'll slice it up and we'll show you those two actions in a minute. Because a lot of the salt washes off, gets absorbed, but I like a little crust on there. I put some Montreal seasoning, but again, you can put just salt and pepper. I just like it because it has a few other more things. And here we go. Oh, and you can see that it's not the most appealing look, but it will brown up nice. And the cheese is all stayed in really well. The spinach doesn't fall apart. And it's going to be one delicious meal. We'll see in a minute when we cut it. Okay, you know the Joyce Chin scissors we like. I told you I cut these up, and just to be safe, I'll cut it away. And it's all holding together nice. And then I cut them up in smaller pieces on the dish over there. But let me just show you. Talk about a gourmet, right? It was so easy, but yet that's something you'd see at a restaurant. It's perfect.
So good. And this is it plated for Halloween dinner tonight.
Happy Halloween!
Keeping it keto.